Hi, this is Jane with being sober for 17 days with no alcohol, no cigarettes for 16 days. Don't jump up there. Don't do it. No cigarettes for 16 days, and no energy drinks, coffee, or soda for 16 days. Um, and I will illustrate the point that without drinking soda and coffee and energy drinks has made it a lot easier. The first week was pretty rough, especially with the headaches, the caffeine headaches and stuff, but I've done a lot better since that. It's been much more worth it. But I just want to go over kind of how my day was today with just managing, I woke up and got to work. I got there at 5, and I was just feeling kind of like I was stuck somewhere. And I realized that for the last 2 weeks or so, I've kind of shut myself up in the house, and I haven't really done anything because I've just been trying to like stay low and not excite myself too much or anything. I've skated a little bit, but I haven't skated hard. I haven't even fished, and the lakes are totally open. And there's also this whole thing going on with a virus. So kind of trying to just put together as many things as possible to where I can be active but be safe. But I kind of just have the idea in my head, stay home because this virus thing's happening. But also stay home because you're just trying to stay sober, so to stay out of everybody's way. And just because there's been a couple of times in public where I've been driving or something, I've gotten really pissed off for like a good minute or two, and then I regret it afterwards, like yelling at somebody while I'm driving or just something stupid, just traffic. Like after work, you work for 10 hours and then you're in traffic type of deal. So today wasn't a bad day though, and it's never a bad day really. It's just a day you got to make it through. But I changed it up a little bit. I made sure that I didn't enclose myself to just coming home to a house that was dirty and like a dirty house, and because that's what was going on. If you're an alcoholic or if you're a drug addict, cleaning your house isn't your first priority. Your first priority is to drink or do drugs. That's your priority. And if you don't have that stuff, you'll sit in your dirty house and you'll be depressed, or you'll be, and 100 other things, I guess. So for me, it was just being depressed and just not caring about even living and shaking a lot. So everyone's gone through that. People are going through that right now. Sorry to hear that, but you can be sober. It's possible. But what I did differently today was I got home from work. I got off at 3:30. I went to the store. I grabbed dinner, and then I got my dog, put on my running stuff, and I went running for like maybe 15 minutes. But it was not easy for me. Even though I skate a lot, whenever it's nice out, I'm skating. And if I'm not at work, I'm usually skating or I'm fishing. But I usually fish early in the mornings if I do that. So don't jump on there because you're gonna knock everything over. All right. But what I did was me and my dog went running, and we already did that. We're not doing it again. Nope, I'm so tired. But we went running. Didn't go for long, but I got it done. Maybe about a mile or a little bit less, and then just got home, took a shower. I did dishes, did laundry, vacuumed, swept, did all that stuff. And it was all on a list that I wrote down when I was at my job. And I didn't even cross anything off because I said, I think some of the stress, because when I was sober before, I would literally write down every single thing I did in the day. And I would even manage my money every single night to where I would be up. Don't jump up there. Oh, jeez. I would manage my money every single night where I would get so stressed out. I'd be up to like 11 or 12 every night because I would work out like 4 or 5 days a week, and I would skate 4 or 5 days a week. Plus, I would have all the chores I have in my house, and then I would have and then I would do my finances at night as well. And it was, I mean, everything was organized every single night for months. Everything was perfect. Um, and then I realized that I'm not that type of person. Um, I don't mind looking at my finance, like keeping my, like I keep my receipts. I look at my finances. I check my balance, all that stuff, mostly every day. Um, but I was writing it down. I was stapling the receipts in there into a book, which is a good thing. But I was like, why don't I just do this like once or twice a week instead of every single night, just killing myself, working 10 hours, then doing a workout, going to skate for a little bit, walking my dog 2 to 3 times, and then doing like finance stuff, and then I would read a little bit too, every night. I have like 2,000 books. I have a lot of books in my house, so I read quite a lot. But I'll make sure I read every single night too, with all of that. So I put all those things together, and it would just made me want to go crazy, and I was pushing myself super hard, and I needed to slow down, and then I didn't slow down, and I kept going and going and doing more and more things until until one day my brain just like cracked, and I went and I bought alcohol and I bought cigarettes, and I relapsed. And then for like 2 or 3 weeks, I was drinking and smoking again. I didn't do any other drugs or anything. I didn't like relapse on like meth or pot or something or pills, nothing like that. But I would go when I drink, like I drink, you know. There's 2 types of people that drink. There's the people that can go out with their friends and they can have like a wild night and they can talk about it for weeks. And that was like the once or twice a month that they went and drank. And there's people that can do that. They can do that type of deal. They might even like smoke like a social type of cigarette with people, you know. And then people just do that sometimes. They can do that. They can handle it, and they don't have to drink the next day. They don't have to smoke cigarettes the next day or pot or do other drugs the next day. They can deal with the hangover, and then they can laugh about it, and they can, I don't know, like look at the pictures on social media when they were at the bar and this happened or whatever. But there's people like me that can't have a drop of alcohol. They can't smoke one cigarette. They can't do one pill without completely going down the hill. And that's how addicted I am. So that's what I would do. I would drink literally like all night until like 5 or 6 in the morning, especially on my days off. I would drink till like 5 or 6 a.m. and just drinking like a bottle by myself. And it's not like I'm drinking a bottle with a friend or anything like that. It's in silence, and I'm just drinking and smoking. Like, it's bad. It was really bad. So I know people are going through that. I know that people that might watch this go through that every day still. I'm only a little bit over 2 weeks of this. So some people might say I'm just taking a break. They might say I might relapse again. I can't focus on that because I've heard that before. They say, oh, you're just taking a break. The longest I've gone without drugs and alcohol and cigarettes is 4 months since I was about 11 years old. So this is my chance now to like get to that year mark, and I think with these videos that's going to make it possible. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually get off of here, but if anybody has any questions or comments or advice for me, I'd be happy to listen to anything. And if you're dealing with a kind of a hard time staying sober right now, just be patient. That's all you can be. One day, what do they say? They say one day at a time is the best way to go in these types of situations. And don't forget that it's a disease, and you have to Addiction's a disease. You have to learn to live with it. It's just like any other mental illness. You have to learn to deal to live with it, because and you know, if you're an addict, getting pills or just anything that's going to numb pain, you can't have, because you're a drug addict. You're an alcoholic. You can't do it. If you get a script, that script is gone, like in a day or two. I guarantee it. I've been offered by a psychiatrist. I was in her office for like 5 minutes, and I was offered Xanax almost immediately. So, and I told her straight up, I was like, I cannot do that. And that was a while ago. That was one of my more proud moments, was saying, don't give me those pills. Don't do it. But I hope you can fight through that, and I want you to stay sober. I want myself to stay sober. I want us to stay sober together. So I want you to have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Stay sober.